Do you ever just wake up sometimes and just think, I can't do this anymore? I'm trying and I just can't do what everyone else can do. Everyone else is doing more than me. I just can't do it. Another feeling I have sometimes is, how are they doing better than me? Everyone's doing better than me. Everyone is doing amazing things and I'm just here doing the same thing day in, day out. The thing is, as human beings, we have this ability to just catastrophize and overanalyze everything we do. And in today's world, that's worse than ever. We have smartphones, we have technology, we have everything at our fingertips. And unfortunately, we can delve deep into everything at any point. Let me give you an example. So I go on my phone and I'm on Instagram. One of my friends is on holiday. He's having a great time. He's skiing. It looks amazing. I'm really jealous. I think to myself, I wish I was going skiing. I've never been skiing before. That's something I've always wanted to do. And I just carry on and I scroll again. And then I see my other friend is in the Maldives. And he's having a great time. And he's on the beach, sunbathing, having an amazing time. And then I scroll again. And then someone else has had a promotion. Now, 20 years ago, you wouldn't be exposed to that certain level of detail to people's lives. You'd go down the pub and maybe you'd have one or two conversations of someone doing well. And you wouldn't really think much of it because you wouldn't get the detail that you see these pictures in. And in today's world, we're just overexposed to everyone's life. I was looking earlier and I have a few hundred friends on Instagram. I have a few hundred friends on Facebook. Some of you may have thousands. And it's really easy to think to yourselves that you're behind or that everyone else is just succeeding and that you're crap or you're just doing everything wrong because you see loads of people on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the social media platform is, just doing amazing, and it can be overwhelming and it's just not good. And that's fine. Now, I'm not telling you to delete Instagram or to delete any of these social media platforms because it's just too hard. It's very addictive. I found myself today going on my phone far more than I should be. But unfortunately, that's how these apps are designed to be. They're designed to be addictive, and that's what they're there for. The reason I wanted to make this video is not because of social media or because of the platforms that are out there. It's about helping you deal with these issues. Now, you have to flip your brain and think about things in a different format. Your brain is designed to protect you, so what it's doing is it's going to overthink and it's going to overanalyze things. It's going to catastrophize things because it's a defense mechanism of your brain. And that's fine. But what I want you to do is think differently. And the example I'm going to give you is scrolling through Instagram. So when you're scrolling through Instagram and you're seeing maybe 10, 15, 20 people who are doing well, some of them are on holiday, some of them are getting promotions in work, some of them have just got brand new cars, things like that. Now, what I want you to do is put yourself in their position, put yourself in their scenario. That one person isn't doing all of those things. That's 5 different people. And some of those people have different careers to you, some of those people have different opportunities, different setbacks, and some people have been saving their whole lives just to do that one trip. And they may have missed out on a lot of other things just to get there. Now, how you can change this and how you can change your mindset is to actually look at it objectively. So examine the facts. A lot of these people are just showing you one aspect of their life. And the problem is you're seeing one aspect of 300 people's lives. And that's not reality. You know, that one person hasn't got a brand new car, a new promotion in the Maldives, went skiing the same day. No one lives that life. You know, and you've got to realise that the things you see on social media are that 1% of that one person's life. For them, they must be absolutely ecstatic that they've gone somewhere and they want to share that with the world. And that's amazing and it's lovely that we have that, but us as the consumers and us as the audience are seeing that 100-fold. And it's so easy for us to get in the mindset of we're not enough and we're not doing enough. And that's not the case because we are living a great life and we are doing well. Like, you're doing well. You need to remember that you are doing enough and you need to get there in your own pace, and you will get there in your own pace. And there's no possible way that you're going to do everything that everyone's doing. It's just not feasible. So just remember that. Let's use an example where I've just texted my friend and they haven't got back to me. So I've just texted my friend, hey, how are you? What are you up to this weekend? And they haven't got back to me. Now, I can think to myself, they don't like me. I think to myself, oh, they're just ignoring me. I've obviously said something wrong. And I can spend hours and hours contemplating and overanalyzing what I've said over the last few weeks or the last few days and the last time I actually saw them. Now, in reality, that person could be doing something different. So let's take what we just learned and apply it to what we've just talked about. So if we look at it objectively, the most common scenario would be that they just haven't looked at their phone, they haven't seen my message, and they haven't got back to me, because that's the most logical thought. If I imagine how I would deal with certain scenarios, I try to put myself in the other person's shoes so I can imagine how I would receive that text or how I'd receive that information. Now, what I mean by that is, I know that sounds confusing, but what I mean by that is, sometimes I'll send a text and I'll worry about whether that's the right text, but I always think to myself, how would I feel if I received that text? And is it out of order, or is it bad in any way? Now, most of the time it's not. So by thinking like that, it does give me a sense of relief, and it gives me that sense of knowing that I haven't said anything wrong. Another thing as well is that people say to me sometimes, God, you're always away, you're always doing this, you're always doing that. And that's not the case. I know that's maybe 5% of my life. Most of the time I'm in the house and I'm cleaning and I'm reorganizing my shelves, or I'm reorganizing my drawers and things like that. I'm not doing anything exciting. I feel like I'm in work constantly, but people say to me, God, you're always away, you're always doing this, you're always doing amazing things. And I don't feel like that's the case. So when I look at other people on Instagram, when I look at other people on YouTube or anything, I know that's not their whole life. So that's always a good tool, is to put yourself in their shoes and to actually think about how much that experience took up their life. Sometimes you'll see like a 10-second clip of someone skiing down a hill and you'll think, God, that's their life. Mate, that was like 1 hour of their life. Maybe they just had like a lesson that they just recorded, and that's it. Like that's all they did all day. And sometimes it can look amazing. And that's the thing, sometimes we take things at face value. We don't actually analyze or think logically about what's going on. So some of you watching this video might think, oh, what an amazing job. He's going out there and he's just making videos, and it's amazing to be out in nature and just film yourself and connect with people. But there's a lot of things behind the scenes that go on. Like I said, the editing that goes on. I'm constantly watching videos trying to improve myself. I'm learning how to make thumbnails and titles that actually grab your attention, and all of those things people just don't see. And some people might think, God, that's your whole life. This has taken me about an hour to film. I come out here, it's nice to disconnect, but I'm not out here from 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening. That's not my life. I'll go home now, I'll spend 2 hours editing this, I'll spend another hour doing a thumbnail, and then I'll upload a video. And then I'll think to myself, was it a good video? Was it great? But I've been doing a lot of reframing recently. Yeah, I do look at other people's videos and think I should be further along in my journey. But I am where I am, and that's fine. They do say that the best time to do something was then, but the second best time is now. I know that sounds random, but it is true. The problem is, your brain is your best friend, but it's also your worst enemy, because there's things that have been put in place by you to stop yourself being in danger. And the thing is, you've got to take risks to succeed, and you've got to change your life and change your mindset in order to allow you to take these risks or make the changes you want to make. Because you don't want to be looking back in 10 years time thinking, I should be here, I should be there. You want to make the decisions you want to make based off your own beliefs, not just because it looks good on Instagram or looks good on YouTube. I went to Japan last year. The amount of planning that was involved with that was just so intense. I loved it, and I love planning, and I like being organised. But for some people, that's just not what you'd want to do. You might not want to be looking at an itinerary and saying, oh, I got that in the morning, I got that in the evening. That's just not what people want to do. And some people do, and some people don't. But we do take these things at face value sometimes. And that's what we've got to do, is just change your mindset. And it can be done. Your brain is neuroplastic, so you can change how you think. It does take time. It's wiring of your brain. So if you think you can't think a certain way, it just takes time, and you've got to apply it, just like everything. So if I break it down, you've got to pause, look at things objectively, and look at things and analyze them from their perspective. Try and put yourself in their shoes and understand how they think. Right, I've waffled on enough.